So you gotta wear shorts to show off the tattoos, right?
It's kind of a thing I do now. Yeah.
So you have to. So in the winter, you're rocking the shorts. There are those gentlemen who do that.
I'll do it in California. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna. Well, everybody knew the kid in school who would wear
I
shorts
know.
every day,
Yeah.
and then he'd be like, "It's not that cold."
Or like too soon. I went to school. Should I be looking at them or you?
We can hang out. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm gonna actually come around here because
This is nice because then you'll get them
yeah, I'm waiting
cooking.
for the.
But the season pushers, I went to school in Montreal in Canada, so it's very cold for a long time. And then, March, April, even May sometimes, never March, but April, we have one day where it's not minus 40. It's maybe 0. And there's a guy in shorts. And I'm like, it's not summer.
Are those people ever not overweight?
Yes.
They're always overweight.
No. Sometimes they are.
I feel like most of the time they are.
Yeah, that checks out.
Shorts are good for the overweight person.
Yeah, I'm friends with so many fat people, and they constantly, my friend, and I won't out her, you know who you are, and I love you and you love me, but she said, is it summer where you are? Why are you dressed like that? And Rachel's I always dress warm.
Always be warm.
But this is a summer outfit to me because these are light colors. Yes, I'm wearing 2 shirts, but there's summer shirts to me. Well, and I'm in a sneaker. I'm in a boot a lot of times in the winter. When I've got this to me is a sandal. See, this is a light jean to me is a short. A black jean is a winter pant. Your sandal, I'm in a light sneaker. And then I have darker colors of this type of an outfit. So this is last summer. I'm on the beach.
Yeah, you are on the beach.
I'm on the beach.
You're on the beach, on the roof. And I mean, I feel like with the shorts especially,
yeah,
when it comes to stage,
yeah,
I hate being too warm. I think I noticed when I wore jorts on stage,
yeah,
I was free. I felt
it's very you. You know what? I was so anti shorts on stage. My mother always, some type of decorum. People are coming, even if they're paying $4 for your fringe show, whatever the hell I was doing. You put on a nice shirt. She doesn't want to go and see Louis C.K. sweating through his pits. Now I do, but for my mother, so I kind of, in a way, have always had that in my head. But then you came around, and you're so pretty.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
I realized that actually everything is case by case. Can you get away with it? You're very pretty. I happen to be pretty. People don't know this about me, but I am low key pretty. Obviously, it's not for everyone. I'm not invited to Epstein's Islands, this and that. But I'm telling you, in a certain demographic, should we rent out Epstein's Island for a night and just fucking fly? Because it's free.
I don't think it's free.
No, I'm saying it's open.
Oh yeah.
I don't think anyone wants to go. It must be cheap.
What do you? I think if we got
cheap
Billy from Fire Festival, I bet he would do an Epstein's Island sort of.
Billy, if you're out there, we forgive you and we love you. We love you. I respect you. I love what you did, Billy. I thought that was so funny to see all these rich kids freaking out in the middle of nowhere.
We know that was your plan the whole time.
We love you. We respect you. We hope prison was okay.
We know you learned your lesson.
You learned your lesson, and help us. Let's do the Fire Festival for real on Epstein's Island.
Yeah, why not?
That's the venue.
That's the venue.
That's the venue.
Fire Fest for real on Epstein's Island.
Honestly, let's reclaim it.
We could get Gershowitz, or who's the guy?
Dershowitz.
We could get
Dershowitz was there. Oh, Stephen Hawking, but did he die?
Stephen Hawking died.
He died, but he was getting it on. I love that guy. I feel like that guy's pretty inspiring. Oh. Pretty inspiring. A lot of people with Clinton. I mean, obviously Clinton is so hot.
Clinton's a hot guy.
Clinton's hot.
I'm learning that he was actually
a rapist.
Yeah, well, he wasn't a great politician either. I mean, he made sure he made all these really hardline rules against immigrants in the 90s.
Yeah, black people. I mean, black people voted for him, I think, and then he fucked them as usual.
I mean, what are you going to do? It's like if I saw a presidential candidate take a slap shot, I'd probably vote for him right away.
That's it. Vote? Are you voting?
I'm voting. You voting?
No.
No?
I don't vote.
Well, you're a Canadian citizen.
No, I'm also an American.
Oh, you're half and half.
Well, here's why I don't vote, and you guys should be happy I didn't. The first time and only time I voted was for Hillary Clinton. It's my first time being able to vote here. Before that, I was like underage and I didn't do the at home. I was still in Canada, but you could vote from Canada. There's like a mail-in ballot.
Yeah.
I didn't do nothing. So this is the first time I could vote. So I vote for Hillary. I thought, well, that's pretty historic. I'll give the fucking dyke, let me throw one in from my gut.
Throw one in.
I see what she's doing. I see you. Thank you. Representation matters. All of that. and then she lost. She was a shoo-in and she lost. So I thought, oh, I never voted before. Obama got in. Maybe it's me. So I stopped voting.
So you feel like you're doing it for us.
Yeah, and now I don't care. Now I think the parties are the same. Had they gotten a Bernie in? Anyway, we don't have to go into the politics.
No, why not?
What I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
So you're a gorgeous man.
Thank you.
Okay, how do you feel I don't get to talk to men. We assume women are pretty and whatever, but what is it like to be such a pretty man? Have you been told this your whole life? Do you get the same type of attention, for instance, that a woman gets when she's like the hot one? Or I was always intimidated by guys like you in school, for instance. Like the hot guy in school, I would maybe have like a group project. Group projects, they link you. So it's like, okay, I got to be with like John Silver or fucking David Gruber. And I'm like, these guys.
Wait, you went to school with David Gruber?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you can't imagine.
Let's not compare us.
So he, and can I tell you a story with him?
Of course.
Okay, I'm talking a lot already. Do you mind this?
No,
Okay.
Of course not.
So, David Gruber, we had winter camping. Okay, we did this thing. Again, I was in Canada. Okay, well, we had to camp outside for a weekend. We built a Quincy. Quincy is like a snow igloo. So instead of ice, it's snow. It's basically the snow is higher than your head there. You build a tunnel like you're like a rat or like a mouse, and then you scoop out the tunnel. Okay, it hardens after 4 hours. You put hay on the ground, and 4 of you sleep in there. This was our weekend. We did this.
This was your weekend.
This was for gym class.
Okay.
Had to do it. Mandatory.
Come around here. Let's finish the story while we put the kebabs on.
Gotta get the kebabs on.
Okay, you see that?
Yeah, I want to come on this side. Is it bad if I come on this side?
Come on over here. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Look at this.
So I did a little olive oil.
Oh, my God. This is going to be so delicious.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we go to the winter camp. Now, my shovel broke. No, my shovel didn't break. Everybody's shovel broke. Well, you all had to bring a shovel, okay, because you're shoveling for like 13 hours or whatever to scoop this out.
There's shoveling.
So you have to bring a shovel. Now, my great Uncle Eddie gave me his shovel from, 1940. One of these metal fucking shovels.
You use it in
okay.
the forest.
I was embarrassed to take it because people had modern day shovels from like Home Depot. But all their plastic shovels fucking broke. My metal shit was the last one. I wasn't, this story's digressing, but I'll calm down in a minute. Basically, I got lumped up, group projects. It was me, David Gruber, an Adonis, a world, world champion cyclist, like one of those cyclist people.
Oh, wait,
and
really?
Was pre-med, med school, going to med. Okay, so, and gorgeous, the hottest guy, like all around athlete, all around whatever.
It's one of those guys that did something like this.
But no, humble, I can't even explain. Okay, smart guy.
Like this.
Never talked to me though. Okay, and then I was with one other girl, and I don't even remember our fourth. Was so useless. So we're shoveling. By the 13th hour, it's just Gruber going. He's just the only. We've given up on shoveling. I'm sleeping outside. It's minus 20 outdoors. Okay, we're all bundled up. I'll just sleep outside with the squirrels. He's shoveling. Then in the middle, we finally get to bed. We put our hay down. We had 4 sleeping bags. You're sleeping like this. Okay, so this is me and David, hottest guy in the grade, like this. Okay, I'm like, oh my God, how am I gonna sleep?
How am I sleeping?
It's like I'm not even attracted, but it's like we shouldn't even know each other. Then we finally fall asleep. I wake up sometime later. David is going like this. His hands are getting frostbite.
They are?
They're getting, okay? And he's like really shivering. He was shoveling for us, built us our house. We would have failed the class, okay?
Well, you would have lost your life too.
And lost her life. They don't care there with Jim. They're like, well, you got an F. You didn't build your Quincy in time. You guys didn't go to
your
sleep.
Mother at the funeral?
Yeah, literally.
And the worst part is it's going on a record.
Yeah, literally. For the record, I got 66 in that class, which was just a passing mark. And I'm like, anybody who did it should get, it's pass-fail, that class.
Yeah.
Winter camping? Okay.
Did you make it or not?
Literally. So he's shivering. I'm like, oh my God, this Adonis is going to die on my watch. So I go, David, I have hot paws. I bought a bunch of those hot paws, the things that heat up if you put them in your, people in cold climates know if you put them in your gloves. So I shimmy out of the Quincy. We kept our packs outside because no room. I get into my pack. I take out extra hot paws and then I'm there with David. Oh, and you'll hold this and I'm taking his hand with the hot pot, and I'm rubbing. I have to do this. Like, this is life or death. He's, like, hugging me. I'm like, he knows I'm a lesbian. I know. Like, it's so awkward. And I'm literally, till he goes to sleep, and we never spoke of it again. His hands, he could start feeling them. He was so appreciative. He's like, thank you. He could start feeling them again, and we got him to sleep. And I'm like, okay, that didn't happen, whatever. So it's very awkward when there's like the Adonis. I was kind of the loudmouth, as I am now. Smart and sharp, but I was a class clown a bit. It's a different vibe. So what was it like for you?
I mean, I don't know. I went to an all-boy Catholic high school.
No.
Yeah.
That's some sexy shit right there.
That's kind of hot, is it not?
That's really hot.
Speaking of hot, how's that sear look right over
here? That
here?
looks really good. We got the grill master. Look at this guy.
It's pretty good. So usually with shrimp, all you need is
is this a Weber? You bought this?
I bought this myself. I took a little...
This is no joke.
A little me expense right here.
This is no joke.
You know how I got this up here? Literally just, so it collapses down.
Yeah.
I just big manned it on my back up the ladder.
That's insane.
I know, I could have died.
You could have asked one of your roommates to help. Yeah. By the way, you don't have to out his name. Like, you can, if you want to bleep it, you can.
I'll just say it's David.
Yeah.
It's David.
But you don't have to. Nobody knows who he is. But what's it like for you being an attractive guy?
It's great. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything else. I don't know.
Great.
What do you want me to say? Like, there's people that have it way worse than me.
Yeah.
I think in comedy, people automatically assume that whatever's about to come out of my mouth is diarrhea.
Yeah.
But
has Matt Rife helped that? And I don't find him to be attractive like you are. You're really he looks like AI or something. Like he looks like when somebody's got a ton of surgery or something. And I don't know if he has, but he does have that look.
It's kind of more of a Disney Channel sort of look to him.
Yeah.
But
has he helped you at all, or it's worse off?
No, I don't think it's better at all. I just think in general, like a guy like me, when I start showing up to open mics, people just immediately go like, he's here because he lost his fantasy football league.
Right.
But that's fine. I mean, every other facet of life, I think the biggest thing for me is just, like today I'm at the DMV.
Yeah.
I'm like, everything gets done easier when you just like, you just smile.
Yeah, well, I'm sure for you.
Hey, how you doing?
Some people have very ugly smiles.
Yeah, well, there's a woman at the DMV where they take the picture for the license that like hypes everybody up. She's there. It's an older black woman. She goes like, "That looks great. I think it looks good. I think you look real good."
Okay, good. That's nice of them.
And she goes, "You want to take it again? You can see it in the reflection. Looks pretty good."
Now, did you just get your license or you're renewing?
I'm getting a California license.
Oh, you had to take the test again though, no?
I not only did I fail the first test, I had to go. The guy said, "Go get lunch, read the booklet, come back and take the test." So
oh
I was
my
like,
God.
All right. Oh man, Robbie, we're in for an absolute.
Do you like that I chose shrimp?
I like that you chose shrimp, but I also, just in case you're still hungry afterwards, I also have salmon kebabs.
I can't wait. We'll have both. No veggies. I could have bought a salad.
No, I got veggies on the salmon.
Oh, good.
Couple
okay,
bell
there
peppers
we go.
and onion.
There we go. Yeah, well, let's do it both.
We're gonna wait for another 2 minutes. You don't want to overcook shrimp. It gets a little rubbery.
Yeah.
I love grilling. I think it's my favorite thing in the world.
It's amazing how good you are at it. I always thought it was a harder thing than what it is, like baking. Like you got the temperature, like when it's seared, when it how high I wish it was on off.
That's what kind of like grill.
It is kind of.
For the most part, Grilling is an eye test.
How much was something like this
Was
Weber?
about $450.
Whoa, you went all out.
But this, I can take this anywhere now. You got to understand, I'm a renter in California. At
this
any
is
moment,
an asset.
This is an asset.
This is your first asset.
I'm feeling pretty happy about it.
You can't protect her.
I mean, look at me. I mean, I'm 5'8", 185 solid, but at the end of the day, like...
I would walk anywhere with you. I'm telling you right now.
I'm more of a bulldog than a pit bull. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I fuck with that. I'd be very safe walking anywhere with Alec.
You feel safe walking with me?
Yeah, I'm safe on the roof here. No, man, I'm a little afraid of heights. I'm afraid of a lot of things. Some people tell you, don't be afraid. Like the dog, I was afraid of. They said, well, don't be afraid because, then it knows you're afraid. I said, how can I not be afraid? Some people like to live a life. They say, don't let fear win. Fear is all I know. Fear is my way of life. Fear is how it guides me. Fear is the whole thing. So it's like, maybe that works for you fellas. But don't tell me not to be afraid. It's all I fucking know. Okay?
I think the shrimp's done, so.
I can't wait. Let's have the shrimp. We got to taste the shrimp.
All right,
but
here we
here
go.
I am on the roof. And I'm not afraid. There's no railing.
There's no railing.
He's got me here. A gust of wind could throw me off. Okay? And we have some winds. We're by the ocean. A tsunami. Should a tsunami come here, I could die. But you know what? I'm with Alec. I feel fine. I feel fine. It's a weird thing.
I think I'm very comforting presence.
Very comforting. As far as men go, this is what we want. Because it got a little gay in comedy for a second, too. I like that you're bringing it back. You're doing it all. It's like,
Straight
okay, we're
people.
not anti-gay.
We're not anti,
But
of
it's
course.
like, come on. Can we get some fellas back in the game?
Can we get some of the boys back?
Yeah, it's almost refreshing. Cis white man doing comedy. At this point, I'm refreshed. We're loving this. So, guys, ignore the wind. We're on a roof. Okay, it's part of the experience, actually. You should really be happy about it.
So you want to use your hands? I also have a fork as well.
Yeah, I can use my hands
Okay.
because I'm going to lap this up. Ooh,
A
the
little bit
texture.
I did a little olive oil, salt, and pep.
That's the best piece of shrimp I've ever had.
No, you're kidding. Don't
No, I'm
fuck
not.
with me.
Fresh like this, I haven't had maybe ever.
We do.
Only at a restaurant.
We always do fresh here. I went to.
Like, I haven't had this made fresh.
Really?
No. No.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it.
I think that is good.
It's almost like less is more. The salt and pep is for some reason like really hitting.
I never do any of the extra shit. Robbie, let me ask you.
Yeah.
I had my last episode. I was talking about career anxiety. Are you noticing like during the summer you're like more anxious about shit? Or like, I feel like during the summer for me, my body is just like instinctively wants me to like not give a fuck because I'm like in school mode still. Like I don't think I'll ever grow out of just being like, yeah, all I really got to do is like, you know, fuck off because if I get fired from my bar backing job, I'll just get another job. I don't know. Well, how do you feel about that?
I live a life of anxiety. It's not for everyone. It's hard to pinpoint what times I wake up.
On one.
There's a little Fritz. Okay? Things are too calm. I start to get, anxious. But I almost, not to get too, therapeutic about it, but it's to the point that if there is calmness in the summer, it can ebb and flow a little bit more because everybody's on summer. People are away, whatever, so things always calm down. Mind you, we have a shorter summer than most because we also have festivals in the summer. So after the Netflix is a joke, Just for Laughs didn't happen this year. It was a big festival in Edinburgh, so it feels a little quiet here.
It feels
August.
quiet.
And for us, I start to create anxiety if there isn't already natural anxiety. So you might have a little bit of that. It's sounding like you need a problem to feel comfortable.
Right. It almost feels like I'm creating my own problems.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's happening at this point. Like, just, I don't know. I love, yeah.
It's hard, but it is the nature of what we do. The way I look at it, I'm here for love or money till 120, God willing. Good, bad, great. anything. This is what I do.
You're never going to
So
stop.
I don't have to think, it's such a lot of people don't have that, and not that it's bad. I wish I was layman. I wish I was somebody. I was on a flight once. The lady next to me was watching Mall Cop 2. Not 1, Mall Cop 2.
Some people say the
Kevin
sequel's
James.
better than the original.
Right. This lady ordered her Pinot Grigio. She had the white wine splashing. You know, she had QVC jewelry on, decked out in costume jewelry, just loving her life. I swear to you, every setup, she could barely wait for the joke. She was already dead. She was already dying. As soon as the joke would land, maybe Kevin James falls off a Segway, God knows. She was plots. She was finished. This movie was hitting so hard. Every line, boom, they got her good. She was just enjoying. And I looked at her and I said, wow, what a lucky woman to enjoy everything. She could enjoy Mall Cop 2.
Yeah.
Everything blows up. For me to find the movie, it's an hour.
Yeah.
So I require a tremendous amount. My auntie, it's kind of like if you're watching porn. You start here and then you need more. You need this, you need this. My thing for life is that. But I recognize that, and I have to know that I'm also enjoying while doing that. I'm always recognizing that. I always need a lot, but also to try and enjoy when they're, calmer times, because when I'm really busy or whatever, you go, fuck, I'd love a day off or something.
Yeah. I'd love some time just to kind of have nothing to do all weekend.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, because it is, you almost wish you were just able to turn it, or just not have anything going on and just be like, yeah, you know what? I work at front desk somewhere and I'm good.
It's the best.
I'm chilling. I got a guy, or I got a partner who he does his thing. I do my thing. We come home. We see what's on Netflix. We watch Great British Bake Off. We watch Is It Cake? Everything kind of baking wise, we watch on Netflix together. But not me. I'm kind of the guy where I'm like, all right, I got to get up tomorrow. If I don't write for 2 hours and edit, and then also if I don't have comedy dates set up for March 2025, I'm like, what the fuck what's going on?
I would not wish a passion on my worst enemy. The worst thing you can have is passion. The worst thing you can have is a calling. I wouldn't wish a calling on my worst enemy. What a disaster what we do.
What do you mean?
I don't want to do what I do. I'm good at what I do and I feel called to it. I feel compelled to do it. But it's a disastrous life of unknowns, of what am I even doing? How embarrassing is what we do. We're grown-up clowns. I don't even, somebody told me they were a comedian. I've joked about this. I would say, all right, good luck with that. It's just,
yeah.
I have to tell somebody I'm a comedian. The whole thing is just humiliating.
Okay?
So I wouldn't wish a calling, but that's it. I have to do this. This is what I do. That's the flip side, the good stuff. The bad side is, oh my God, I can't believe I have to pursue my dream. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. If you don't have to pursue your dreams, don't. If you don't have dreams, even better. Even better. But once you're on the pursuit of dreams and you're committed to it, like I said, good, bad, the ugly, and Baruch Hashem, I'm just here.
Baruch Hashem.
I was here when it wasn't so good. When it's good, I'm enjoying. And I'm just here. This is just what I do for love or money. And it's horribly embarrassing, but it's also super relieving that I know what I do. So
Well said.
It's twofold.
You know how I know we know what we do? Like the embarrassing part of it is very honest, because we had a show the other day, 400, picture this, the Bruin Theater in UCLA.
Okay.
400 17-year-olds, 17 to 15-year-olds we had to do comedy for. When I tell you, not one of them listened to me. Not only did not one of them listen to me, I got up there and I said, what's up, future Twitch streamers of America?
Yeah.
I called them all gay for being at school during the summer.
Yeah, why are they in summer school?
They were there touring the school to see if they wanted to go to UCLA.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, yeah, if I was, me and my friends would be huffing paint right now. You guys are losers. And nobody listened to us. They heckled us the entire time.
It's surprising people are still going to school. It's such a scam.
It kind of is at this point, isn't it?
It's insane. It's like, what? Like, at least my school was free.
Yeah, you went to free school. You went to free school in Canada?
I went to school in Canada. I went to McGill. It was $3,000 a year. Yeah, it's a scam. So you're there. I'm surprised that they didn't laugh at you, though.
Well, I went up there and I realized what this was. I kind of just yelled at them for like 3 minutes to give me a vape, and nobody did it. I said, I know one of you fucks has a vape. I guess like during my set, I went like, you guys are at college. You guys are at school during the summer. I went, gay. That got a big pop. They liked that. But I just went, yeah, I can see you're all on your phones right now, so go on, follow me on Instagram. Say that this is the best comedy show you ever went to. And like 5 of them messaged me, were like, yo, best comedy show ever. I'm like, I relate to the youth. I think I'm the #1 little brother comic in America, I'd have to say.
Yeah.
Like I did a show in Stanford, and it was just like all 20-year-olds who came with like their older brothers who could chaperone them. And
Do you have an older brother?
No, I'm the oldest.
How many brothers do you have?
I have a little brother. Get this, my little brother.
You have 2. You're 2 in your family.
With 3. My little sister's 25. My little brother's 22 or 23 now. Probably 23. He just finished his 5th year of playing hockey at UConn. And guess where he's going?
Where?
Italy. To go play hockey.
No.
Yeah.
They have hockey in Italy.
Yeah, up in the Alps. I'll take that for you.
That was unreal.
That was pretty good. How do you feel about salmon skewer? We got 1 skewer each, so it's not too much.
Yeah, good, because that's actually pretty filling already, eh?
Not too bad.
You exclusive with this girl?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I'd say so. I get to a point where I'm like exclusive with anybody after like 2 months.
Yeah, but you're not gonna have a talk. Does she want to talk?
Talk about what?
Who wants to talk more? Who wants who more?
I don't know. I like her. I'm enjoying things so far. There's like a certain thing where like you get to. I don't know, man. I'm just really trying to enjoy it as it is. Like, how early did you have a talk with your lady?
13 days in, but I'm a lesbian. Like, I've never been a lesbian until this. I've never been like this. I've moved slow. I lived only once with somebody when we moved out of the country, but I'm not somebody, but with her, because I've had a lot of relationships in the past few years where it's like, I was into them, sure, but I wasn't like madly deeply. And I always tried to give it an effort. I always, tried to go 5-6 months before I made a decision. I tried to okay, sometimes they tell you things grow, whatever. For me, it didn't. I don't think I'm a grower. This one I knew right away. I said, if I don't tell her the truth that I love her, she at least deserves to know.
She needs to know, yeah.
She withholding the truth felt, so I sat her down for 13 days. I got her a ring pop.
Very nice.
They like she's from the Bachelor Nation world. They love rings.
Yeah,
so
they do.
I got the ring pop, and I said, listen, I don't want to lie to you. I'm falling deeply in love with you. I'd love if you were my girlfriend. Would you be my girlfriend? I gave her the ring pop. She said yes. The rest is history. But that's unusual, and because it was an unusual, I said, it's not every day you're in love. Maybe once a decade if you're really lucky. But if you find somebody, you can go many decades.
I know. I worry about that. I think it's harder now because I don't know. I think I had such a weird childhood where I didn't really women and relationships to me. This is something fucked up, but I'll tell you because we're on my roof. When I was 6th grade, around that time, I'm with talking to my parents. I'm like, oh, I really like this girl. I want her to be my girlfriend. My dad goes, listen, when it comes to priorities, this is how it goes. He goes your family, your health, school, hockey, girlfriends. Yeah. And I'm gonna be real with you. I think up until maybe 2 years ago, that was been my mindset. So I'm really learning how to be an actual partner to somebody and kind of dive in. I'm very guarded, I think, as well. Yeah. Where I don't really I'm so focused on this career and really wanting to get to a point where I'm comfortable to where, like, you know, that...
And you think that's like a rule for you, that if you prioritize a girl, it means you're not prioritizing your career.
Well, it feels that way sometimes when it's like, oh, like I could hang out, but I could also should be going to this show.
Well, you don't have to cancel shows to do it. You could commit to both in a way. You know, I don't even really know what mutually exclusive means, but I'm pretty sure that you know what I mean when there's expressions that I'm like, it's such a complicated expression to say.
They're not mutually exclusive, so like you can't have one without the other.
Yeah, so you can have both, is what I'm, you know. You can have 200%, 100%.
Yeah, but I'll say this, when you're first starting out in comedy, you can't have both.
I don't know.
Well, you going to bring her to an open mic?
No, you don't have to bring her anywhere.
Yeah, but it feels like you got to, but if you are trying this thing and going fucking balls to the wall.
This is your work. I don't come to her work.
Yeah.
I do this this is my line of work. I don't need to see you. If I'm an open micer and you're working Starbucks, I'm not. Yeah, maybe I pick up a coffee at Starbucks, you know, when you're on shift, but I'm not like, no, I'm going to work. I work nights. People hear I work nights, they think I'm security. I do stand-up. Yeah, but I work nights.
I work nights.
I work nights.
Yeah, then what's with the pepper spray? That's for me.
Don't worry about it.
Don't. You
know,
find
the
out?
thing is there's no rules to anything. There's the guys, I think it's men always wanting to make what worked for me works for every other man. And you see this type of, you know, Jerry Seinfeld or a Larry David, they were very like, no woman until you succeed, you do it, you know? And then you see the flip side of it, you see a Jay Leno, whose girl lived in the car with him when he was doing mics, believed in him, and he said he attributes all his success to having that partnership.
Because you have someone who believes in you, right?
Someone who believes in you, somebody who is still with you in the drudges, on your rise, and who gets to enjoy it with you, and you work as a partnership. You support them, and he attributes all of his success.
I think that's different from starting from the drudges to being in the middle.
Yeah, but there's different. Howard Stern has always had a woman. There's different people. There's some guys who could live them in their hand for a long time, and maybe there was squabbles. Was Jerry gay? Was he Scientologist? Was he bi? You know, there was things, and there were other people who always had a woman around.
Yeah.
Either some in various, you know, in non-committal, but some, I mean, Jay Leno has been devoted for years and years, and he's an incredible example of that.
I know. I don't think having a lady next to me would inhibit anything, for sure.
Yeah, it can actually help. Everything can help. I think
it definitely can help, yeah.
Both could help. It depends where you're stuck. It depends what your limiting belief. What was that from? Was that from a Scientology doc? I'll tell you right now, this is the fellas. This is the modern day fellas right here.
This is what it looks like, America. All right, remember that when you're going into the pools in November.
Yeah, so it really...
These are what the boys look like.
Exactly. This is what it depends what your limiting belief. If you believe that you can only succeed with this parameter versus I used to believe that. I used to have rules about different things like that. Not necessarily just relationships, but anything. I now believe I can succeed no matter what.
I like that, yeah.
Literally no matter what. It's kind of like I watch Full Swing. You watch Full Swing. Shout out to the docu-series Full Swing about golf.
We'll link it here in the bio.
But, you know, these guys are something, you know, every game is more mental than it is the thing. Okay? And so they're hitting this ball, I don't know, 1 billion feet away, this tiny ball. And a lot of them, it's their head. A lot of them, they made this shot a couple times alone, but as soon as they're in the audience, as soon as there's people watching, they choke. They fumble. So what I always thought if I was a pro golfer is I would always have at least the audio fans of cheers. I want to get so good at this thing that I don't care what the fuck is happening around me. I'm a hole in one. I would have sirens blazing. If I was a pro golfer, I would have get the ambulance noises, get the police arrest, get the guy who passed out, needs an ambulance, and I'm just right here. I'm always right here.
Yep.
So that is how I look at my life now, because I think with one of my serious relationships, and I blew that one up, I mean, A, she stole from me, but B, you know, I handled it.
That's good that that's A.
Yeah. still owes me $8,000. It is what it is. I paid her credit card out of the goodness of my heart. But yeah, she, I did think when we got engaged, oh, this is going to hurt me. Because now I look like this like lesbian couple, or like, you know, I'm giving the idea that I'm like siloed into this thing, and I really hate to be siloed. I happen to be a lesbian, but I had nothing to do with it, and I don't like when anyone claims me. I just always want to be me. I'm not in the community, shut up, but you know, shut up.
You're your own nation. You're a city-state at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, you're like Rome.
So now with Gabby being in love, and then so I had so I got over that. After that relationship, I didn't date for a while. And then I started dating, and I started eliminating that limiting belief. I was starting to do very well, but I had girlfriends. It wasn't a distraction. I was in control of everything that I was doing. My time, I always commit to shows. I do the shows.
Yeah.
I work nights, bitch. We work nights. You gotta date somebody who's okay with that.
Do you almost feel like you're...
And now
I just feel like I'm letting people down, though, when I'm like, I gotta do this.
Now I'm totally cured. Now... met Gabby, I feel totally I can succeed no matter what. This relationship, even if it's a big relationship, and it really was big, it's not going to be a distraction. And in fact, it's a huge help. Wow, look at that. 8 years ago, I was thinking this is a distraction. It puts me into an old, married, whatever category. And now 8 years later, through other relationships and getting to Gabby, I feel like, wow, it can actually be a blessing.
Yeah.
In many ways, you know. And I didn't know if Bachelor Nation was going to hate me. We were very worried. Well, no, because people are going to blame me. I had nothing to do with her being gay. I was standing on the street. She saw me. I saw her. I didn't make her gay, but we didn't know. She was warning me that this is going to be like a big story and not necessarily a great story.
What do you mean it wasn't great? I think this is a number one story.
It was amazing in the end. But this is a very conservative audience. But they love me. I'm a media darling. So it ended up being a blessing. But that's another thing that I had my limiting belief that I kept us closeted for longer. We shouldn't come out. We shouldn't go, because I wouldn't want to hurt her career.
Right.
What if her being gay? But it ended up being a blessing for us both. So just limit, I would say, the idea to get rid of, you're not wasting a green pepper.
Sorry, I won't waste it, yeah.
Okay. Is
That's
this
you.
mine? Yeah, okay. The idea, I would say, is less limiting beliefs and more belief in yourself.
Yeah, you're right.
Less of the exterior beliefs and more, oh, I'm just going to put all that here. This is a shoo-in.
Can't lose.
Can't lose. This is unbelievable. Are you guys getting this?
Let him get a picture of that. Yeah, that's nice.
Are you seeing this?
Tell every comedian should want to come on this show.
You gotta come on. Look at this. I was starving. Okay? And now, I once was starving, and now I'm fed.
I think we're also getting the golden hour. You came at a perfect time.
He's very big on golden hour, which I appreciate and I respect.
Respect that, right?
Uh-huh. Wow.
How good's that salmon?
I don't know.
Is it cooked well?
Yeah, I think it's perfect, no?
Yeah, that's wonderful. Oh, yeah.
It's the way to do it, guys. Are you making your grill? Are you grilling?
Not only am I grilling.
Oh, wow.
I'm in the kitchen. We made a pasta the other day. I did cherry tomatoes and like a whole like Italian thing.
Can we talk about sex lives? Because
I would love to.
This is something that I'm newly getting into dating Gabby, because she's been having sex with men mostly.
Yeah.
And now me. I have such long sex sessions, but I'm learning to incorporate quickies as well.
Quickies. So like, you talking like 10 minutes to 15?
Yeah. Like for me, it always felt like I need a lot of foreplay. I like to get into it, cuddle, da-da-da. And she likes that too a lot. She loves massages actually, and I happen to be fantastic at giving them.
Not a big deal.
But yeah, I realize that men are able to pop one out. Like you can have, let's go.
It is the almost immediacy of the penis.
Explain.
When it's good to go, it's good to go. It's like we can't think of anything else besides this thing that needs to be serviced. It's almost like an outward pimple. It's like, I gotta pop it.
And what is she popping too?
She's popping. I mean, it's kind of unbelievable to be the woman that I think knows her body very well. And I mean, I'm learning a lot.
Oh, you must be learning it.
I'm always down to learn.
Yeah, he's a good student.
I used to, I'll tell you this, in college, I was going down on a girl.
Yeah.
And she popped my head up, and I'm thinking, all right, time for an attaboy. She goes, hey, you are not good at this.
Oh, wow.
Right in my face. And I go, hey, you could lie.
No, but she made you a better man. Look at this.
I hooked up with another, and then like another separate occasion, I'm like hooking up with this girl, like literally just munching box, and then I pop up, and I'm like, did you come? And she goes, no, and I just go, they never do.
Yeah.
They never do.
What's your munching box? What's the way you do it? Because it's not easy. It's very
not
hit or
easy
miss.
at all.
The taste can be good, it can be fine, and it can be terrible.
It could definitely be.
Not all puss is the same. I'm sorry. And listen, I'm in a way better boat than Gabby is. Okay, what she has to deal with versus what I have to deal with. I have the better plate. I have the better plate, I think. And she hates when I talk like that. She goes, no, you're spill. I said, babe, if we were in it, let's take the mirrors out.
Let's take the mirrors.
Let's take the mirrors out.
No, you gotta leave the mirrors.
Yeah.
Let's take the mirrors out.
Because she should get credit for credit. She's you know.
She doesn't want to make you feel bad.
No, but I'm like, babe, I'm happy to let you shine in this way. So
Take
yeah,
the
so
mirrors out.
it's not easy.
It's not easy.
What was your moves? What have you learned? What are tips?
I read a book. It's called The Thinking Man's Guide to Pleasuring a Woman.
And what did it say? What are the top?
It's like you should be down there for like 14 minutes.
Yeah.
And like it's all well and good, but like I just have such a I'm really bad at like understanding time as a concept. That's why like having a watch has changed my life, frankly.
Yeah, so you're looking at them, so you're down there.
I'm down there, but like it's mostly just I go big dog lick.
Yeah.
Big dog lick into punch with the mouth.
What's the punch?
The kind of like, so big dog lick.
Yeah.
And then and then back to big dog lick. So it's all about rhythm. I'm just rhythming that until I then start to mix it up, and then I'll go in, focus on the clitoris.
What are you doing?
I'm doing a lot of clockwise, counterclockwise.
Yeah.
But again, like, then you don't really want to save like the final thing. Then you get like the fingers involved towards the end.
Yeah, and you're going inside.
Then you're going inside.
It's a hard motion if your mouth is
if
down
you're right
there.
here.
Yeah, this is so uncomfortable.
Because like, as a guy who's got absolute pythons, I'm just like, I'm about to seize up.
Yeah, and just when you think you're going to die, you have to continue.
You have to continue.
It's brutal. What we go through is just brutal. Just brutal.
I mean, people don't know.
Now, my tips, this may or may not help you. Okay, I'm pulling with no dick, just so you fellas know.
Okay.
Okay, so my tip and my problem are the same. They come from, my problem was speed. I think I was too fast when I was younger. You're doing, and I'm still, I always ask Gabby, calm me down.
Because you're waiting for a reaction.
No, just, I move fast. Look, I'm a fast mover. So calming down and ever so lightly on the clit. My tongue like this. Just so lightly. And a little bit of a suck, like a kiss. A little bit of like a French kiss.
Yeah.
And lightly and kissing a little bit. The lighter, the better.
There you go. And there's no finishing move.
Okay, and you can go inside if she wants. Sometimes she wants to come in your mouth, that's okay. But the inside like this, the positions to get women off are not natural to getting men off.
No, I think
this is the issue.
If there was like a pommel horse or something you could put them on to maybe because it's like, all right, I could go off the bed, but then I'm in like a weird half squat, half knee.
Yeah, I do go off the bed.
You go off the bed. Well,
Yeah.
I'm like in a weird position where like I think that would be better, but then I go on both knees and I'm like,
Too
no,
short.
I actually still can't get up there.
Yeah. So I always grab. So I've become less embarrassed because the whole thing is a little awkward. I've kind of embraced the awkwardness of switching and changing positions. I'll like literally get up, take my time, take a pillow, put it on the floor, give me a little height, get down, push her up.
Yeah.
And if I need more, let's say I want more, I go, I'll get up, grab another pillow. Because I'm doing it all open, I'm not like,
Right. And you're building tension.
That's it. And we're gonna get there. And that has worked out.
Do you go pillow under the hips?
Yes, lots of times. You got to bring them up. Again, men coming, it's so natural, the positions. If you're making a woman come, we're doing this, like, no wonder they didn't do it cavemen. It wasn't natural.
No, it wasn't.
Women coming is just not natural. It happens, but it wasn't a part of it. It's like the gallbladder. It's there. It doesn't need to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Like coming had to happen for procreation, a man coming. Female coming didn't have to happen unless you wanted a boy. Apparently this is a Jewish superstition that if the woman comes, you'll have a boy.
Is that really?
Yeah.
Well, I got to start tapping the mezuzah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I really don't know. I'll say it's interesting to hear, and something I am insecure about having sex with women, whatever that is even, is that we can't come at the same time. But a lot of straight people don't come at the same time.
No,
you have
absolutely
to do, it sounds
not.
like you have to do what I have to do to get her off.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Blue Chew, you will never be a sponsor
Are
of this show.
people using Blue Chew? Sponsor us, because actually female Viagra is on the rise.
Sponsor
Female
the Too Far
Viagra.
Pod. Do not sponsor the show. I will not allow it, all right? I think men need to figure out a way to get their dicks hard naturally.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I'm just aroused. I'm just very attracted to this woman in a way that I can't understand I understand it, but...
Yeah, and you always seem kind of aroused.
I always seem aroused?
Not in a sexual, but this guy's ready to go.
Like I'm ready.
No, just you're pumping always.
Like this?
Yeah, there we go.
Doing a lot of that?
So you guys are coming at the same time, but it's not necessary.
No, it's not necessary.
I want you to work on those limiting beliefs. It's all you, baby.
And no, I don't.
But it takes so long. It takes us so long. Even thinking this, it take you 10 years, 5 years, 4 years. When it happens, it happens. But we can know things, but doing them, life requires the amount of time of life. I've kind of tried to speak to this before. It's tough to articulate in some ways, but I feel like, God willing, let's say I get 90 years, God willing, 120
You want
years.
120 years?
Yeah, I want 120. I gotta have 120, Baruch Hashem.
Is that just a random, arbitrary number?
In Judaism, we say that you should live to 120.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think the Judaism is very particularly intertwined with my brand of like New England, Eastern Massachusetts upbringing.
Yeah, we had an influence for sure.
I think for sure. I also think like Puritanism is also very intertwined.
What is that? Did I cheers you with this one?
Cheers.
I like to cheers every new beer. L'chaim, to life.
L'chaim, mazel. L'chaim.
L'chaim means to life.
To life.
See, that's how we cheers, to life.
Yeah. But I have those limiting beliefs because, like, I don't know, I just feel like in New England, it's very much like, shut up, do your job, do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's funny that I know.
You same.
Everybody is like, is good mensch, but like at the same, did I use that word correctly?
Yeah, what do we care? We don't care.
We don't care.
We don't care. We love it all. We love it all. We're laughing. We're laughing to the bank, I'll tell you right now.
That's why I've always felt a connection with the Jewish people.
It's not to say, I think a lot of Jews, growing up as a poor Jew is very unique now, it feels, because, it kind of feels like I was left behind from the community, but we were like really Jewish, but the Jewish community kind of evolved, got successful, at least in America, and left some of us behind. And we're going, what the hell? We're Jews.
Yeah.
I thought we stick together. So I have, you know, I have different feelings, mixed feelings about it. But what I wanted to say, you know, but many great feelings about it too, obviously. But God willing, I get 120 years on this incredible planet. I mean, I'm on a roof, I'm looking at the sun. This is just stunning if we can just enjoy the moment right now getting to be here. But I know that I will need all of those 120 years to know a life. I think it takes a life to know a life. I think I will have needed, for me, a big purpose of life maybe is just your life, is just, maybe the point of life is figuring out one's life. The project of life is life. And if you can figure out your life in a life, that's the game.
Yeah.
You get one player, and it's a sim, and you get to figure it out, but emotionally too. And I think it takes every year that you have. I will not have been able to say that, oh, I didn't need this year or that year. Every year, I needed just to get here. So I think that's the same for even learning about concepts, assessing. I especially love speaking to somebody like you and people and comedians, people who are constantly assessing. I feel like I'm like this because I think that's a lot of the part of the work of life.
Yeah.
Is the assessing and always tweaking ourselves and doing this, but I could do this and then I could do this. You know, just like you would with a joke, but we're tweaking ourselves. Should I be thinking this anymore? Is this an old thought? Should I be going here? You're constantly doing the project of your avatar.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. I think you summed it up perfectly. I just love listening to you, Robby. Sometimes I feel like you're wiser than your years.
Really?
You know, people tell me I'm a bit of a dad myself.
Really? I know, I get that. You know, we're both dads. To dads.
To dads.
See, this is what Rachel's afraid of. Do you see that people they have their limiting beliefs that I'll take off? And I might take off, Rachie. It isn't personal.
Rachel, you're loved.
Yeah.
You're especially loved everywhere.
You're fine.
No, you're good.
You're good.
We're dads, but I'm constantly just asking myself, like, am I doing what I should be doing? And like, well, you're right. It's like that. What I watched that really made me like think about this a lot was, did you ever watch the Gary Shandling documentary?
Yes, I did. When
he said like, I'm trying to figure out who Gary is.
Yeah.
And I think about that all the time, where I'm constantly trying to understand who is Alec, who am, like, what's going on.
But it's an evolving thing.
And
We're trying to get to a point here. I know it. But then by the time we know that point, what's happening here? We have a branch growing here. It's kind of like I tell my little sister when, or I tell anyone when I'm giving advice, what a promotion, she used to call me like, they might give me a promotion, like, I don't know if I faked it too much and now I actually can't do it. It's like, if by the time you think you're ready for the promotion, it's too late.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is like, even like when I was moving to Toronto from Montreal, I started in Montreal. And there was 2 places in Montreal to do stand-up. I know people know the festival. The festival wasn't local. It had nothing to do with the scene, whatever.
Right.
There was, 2 pedophiles running the scene, and it was like you had to hang out with these old men to get time. And
right.
They'd give you notes.
They're somewhat connected to the Hells Angels.
Yeah, literally. Exactly. So then I remember when I was like moving to Toronto, I was like, wait, I was like, I don't know if I could do it. It's such a big city. Toronto's a big city in Canada. It was the next level up. It's like somebody moving from, your town to New York or whatever.
Yeah.
It had that vibe, and I'm like, I don't know if I could do it. But that's exactly when you should do it. It's I don't know if I can do it. Let's fucking see what this thing can do.
Throw yourself in the fire.
Let's see how this drives, and it's kind of like, I've seen people get stuck, and that's part of their journey and what they needed to realize maybe the lesson that they got stuck because fear or whatever. And by the way, I'm somebody who's who really enjoys fear, and I feel very comfortable being fearful. So I understand that, but by the time you think you're ready, it might be too late. You should almost do something you're not sure exactly. You have a hunch maybe you could. You're not out of your mind. Okay, this is not for the delusional to be watching. Okay, you're not out of your mind. You think maybe, but it scares you. That's, I think, starting to listen to that is the honing of an instinct. I didn't grow up with parents who were involved in any capacity. I mean, my mother was a single mother of 10 kids.
Yeah.
She's very split thin. She was very meat and potatoes. Wonderful, incredible mother. The more I think of what she was able to do, it's like, it's Michael Jordan levels.
The greatest,
Michael
the GOAT.
Jordan, yeah. But I never had any type of, I moved out. I moved to my sister's when I was 17. Then I was on my own at 18, my own apartment, and I never had like any direction. That's why I became an accountant, because when I got into school, I got into such a good school, McGill. I only applied to McGill because it was free to apply there, and other school was $60 to apply. I go, $60? What do they think? I'm made of money? And McGill is free if you had a GPA, and I really pushed myself in school because I thought, well, I can do this thing. And what was I saying with this? Oh yeah, but then I discovered comedy. I never really, I guess I knew of comedy, but not in a real way, but they have the festival there. Now I'm in college. I guess it was free tickets or some type of thing. If you went to school in Montreal, you could also, they had student ticket price or something like this. And as soon as I heard of it, I was like, it just hit me.